Hello and welcome back. So I think it's finally time to retire our Snowdancer. I've made a Snowdancer guide recently on YouTube, so it will accompany this video with our Snowdancer's retirement. It's been a long and good run with our Snowdancer. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing Snowdancer once again. It's a bit of a shame because I feel like Snowdancer is such a big part of the current team composition, in particular supporting Crashing Tide to do what A has to do, which is tank and do damage with Snowdancer backing Crashing Tide up. So the team will once again have to think about healing a little bit more with Snowdancer go, and movement as well, because Birds in Tempest it's just been so good for the entire team. But it always comes to a time, it's always sad to say goodbye to one of our beloved characters in Frosthaven, I feel like, especially when you play a character for that long. But you know, it's always good to play new characters too. So let's get on with it. So let's tick off another section in the campaign sheet. So nothing happening here. We're coming up to the last day of the summer, and let's do an Outpost event, right? So Outpost, what do we have here? Outpost 60. Let's load up foreteller. So yeah, if you be enjoying my guide, I'd really appreciate it if you drop me a comment if you like to see more content of that type. And similarly, I feel like I don't always know everything about the character I play, so I'm always keen to hear your experiences. Any tips or tricks you can teach us as well. So in any case, let's read this first.
Ever since the carpenter set up shop, everyone's been happy to finally have someone who knows their way around a hammer to build up the town. But somehow, you're the ones out here in the cold, dark, dangerous woods with his shopping list. The carpenter wants to fashion a new set of fancy tools, but needs some very specific raw materials to do so. It's getting late, and you're stuck on the last two items on the list, elkwood and bluestone. You know he'll be upset if you don't find it, but you weren't expecting to be out this long, and you didn't bring the proper overnight equipment. Option A. Keep looking. The carpenter needs this material, and the town needs the carpenter. Option B. Go back to Frosthaven and ask around. Maybe someone has some in their personal stash.
Well, as much as I would like to keep on looking for things, I think that's very unsafe. Especially we're going to be rolling a brand new character who's fairly under-leveled. So I think we go option B here just to be on the safe side. Alright, let's see what B says.
B. You can't stay out here running errands all night. Arriving back in Frosthaven, you go door to door asking about bluestone and elkwood. After hours of searching, the best you could collect was a few scraps. You knock on the door to the carpenter's shop and offer up the mostly empty bag of resources you collected. Glancing into the bag, the carpenter looks up at you in wordless disappointment. You stammer out an explanation. The carpenter sighs, shakes his head, and mutters something about never sending a mercenary to do an artisan's work.
Well, quite right, isn't it? Quite right, I say. We do lose some morale, which is a bit sad, but we do get 15 collective gold. I guess we just deposit it here, maybe? Why not? 63. Yeah, we passed up our chance to gain a prosperity, which is actually quite important for us, because we're trying to get to prosperity 5, but losing 2 cards is quite sad for the beginning of next scenario. So, oh well, there'll be other opportunities, I'm sure. Alright, so let's get on with the more... Oh no, we're doing building operations first. Well, Snowdancer retiring, so we might as well spend all of the gold here. So it's 3 times 4, that's 12 gold, so we're down to 8. And we can get... I guess we just... It's collective, right? I'm pretty sure it's collective. Yeah, collective. So 4, 8, 12, then we can just drop the resources somewhere. Were you really missing any resources from anybody? I don't think so. Let's just put it here, I guess. shame we can't buy for the new character, but then are the rules. Just hide and go here, I guess. Yeah, let's spend all the money we can. I don't think we need to train soldiers, so there's no more avenue for spending money, unfortunately, currently. Yeah, we've got a slightly interesting set of buildings where there's not a lot going on in our building phase. Building phase. Okay, so let's go to downtime. Let's start with retirement, I suppose. So first thing I want to do is distill all your potions. So let's grab all of these and see what we can get and what will be useful for us to get. Where are our herb counts? Oh, do we pick up any herbs in the last mission? Flame fruit here. Just a flame fruit? Oh, and 2 axe nut. Nice. Okay, let's put that over here. Flame fruit, axe nut. Oh, we got loads of flame fruit and axe nut. Not a lot of OLs. So maybe you can grab a snow thistle here. Maybe another one. And the arrow vine, maybe. Let's try something like this. Alright. They always seems to be the problematic herbs anyway. Everything else I think we can just sell. Not that gold means much to us. So this is 4 gold. That's 20 gold, 24, 28. 6, right? 34. 64. This will be 12, so 76. 86, 91, 99. Fine. All the items are gone. Anything else? Oh yeah, donate all of these things. Let's put that in the common stock. 222. We're gonna be building things since we're retiring a character, so this will be helpful. Don't think there's anything else, right? We get 2 prosperity for retiring a character, of course. So that's always good. So how many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, still quite a lot. This is a second character from Jesus. I'm not a religious person. I just like to have themed for my party, that's all. Snowdancer, we are level 9. I think we did both masteries. What about perks? How many you got? 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17? Is that right? 5, 6, 8, 10, 13, 15, 17. Alright. Let's write it down. So yeah, we get 2 prosperity for retiring, then we get to read the relevant sections. So I guess we start... Oh, let's start with here. 33 or 83. I think we've done 33... 37, I think, or 83. So we haven't done 83, right? Yeah, 37 or 83, and we haven't done 83. So let's open up 83 and see what it does. So we got a new building called a library and a new quest called Quiet the Dead Places. Perfect. So we got another building we can finally build now. That hopefully give us a couple of prosperity and push us along the way to level 5. But we really need to start retiring more characters. Alright, so that's done. We could probably put you away. 4 quests completed. Nice. Oh yeah, and we'll get to read 107.3. Let's do that. Who am I going to play next, I think? I need to start thinking about this. Anyway, 107.3. Let's read this first, and then we can pick a new character.
My clan needs me.
The Snowdancer says, remorse in their eyes.
I have just received word that the Elder Priest has succumbed to the long winter. And the burden to lead now falls on my shoulders.
You express your condolences, but the Snowdancer shakes their head.
She lived a fulfilling life and has now joined with Gary. There is nothing to be remorseful about.
They stand and stare at a small whirlwind of snow they have conjured in their palm.
And I am wrong to call leadership a burden. It is a joy and an honor. I take it up gladly. But it does mean that you and I must now part ways. I hope our friendship has strengthened the bond between Algox and this outpost. That we have many fruitful years to come as allies.
You extend a hand in respect, and the Snowdancer envelops it with their own, smiling warmly.
Wow. What a way to say goodbye. Well, wonder how the chieftain died in actually this summer. But yeah, all right. Goodbye, fellow Snowdancer. 177.4 to the calendar in a nice week of next summer. It's gonna be a long way away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Lots to read in the next one, it looks like. But for now, I think we can wrap up our Snowdancer here. Nothing else in here, so let's get you out of the way and put you into the Hall of Fame here. What the hell is going on here? Wait a minute. Let's line you guys up. There we go. Okay, 4 characters done, and time for a new one. Who do we want to play now? What do we have here? We could play another one of the starting classes, like Deathwalker, not Deathwalker, Bone Shaper or Gemini, but I feel like there's so many people playing them on YouTube. It's probably better to play some of the more unlocked classes. So Hive or potentially Pyroclast, I guess. Do you know what? Let's play Pyroclast. I mean, what a better way to send off the Snowdancer by playing someone who's basically the total opposite. Right. And plus, I don't think I've played Pyroclast ever with Trap before, so this could be an interesting experiment for me as well. Alright, the Pyroclast. So, let's take a quick look at the character mat. So, much like the Snowdancer, Pyroclast gets to create hazardous terrains, which is interesting. But unlike the Snowdancer, you can only create 6 maximum. So that's kind of interesting. So you can see in the middle there, can never be more than 6 hexes of hazardous terrain you created on the map at any given time. If you create 7s, you remove it. So it's a bit like Deathwalker's Shadow in that sense. You also have a mandatory persistent bonuses, which is kind of interesting. It kind of hurts you. And you shall see when we play the class. But when you rest, whether short rest or long rest, you can remove it. Yeah, otherwise, lore-wise, Savas is the same as Crackheart type of race you would have seen in Gloomhaven, which is one of my favorite class, actually, from all of the Haven universes. So, and the Pyroclast basically is that, except they chuck themselves into volcanoes to master fire. 3 complexity is more of a melee control type of character, unlike our Snowdancer, who's more defensive in nature. So there it is. Alright, we will give it a name. Let's call it Titus. I think that's a cool name. I think we start on prosperity rounded down, divide by 2, right? I think that's how you start. Let's just have a quick check. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Leveling up, retire, create a character. Oh yeah, we need personal quests, of course. Let's do that first. Let's get some good ones, maybe. Study of plants or explore the reaches. 90 and 83. We've just done 83. Have we got 90 here? We've got 90. So basically, we've done both of the side of this. So probably not this then. Let's do study of plants. I think this is kind of funny actually, because the Pyroclast is on fire, and so our Pyroclast actually just want to hold some flowers in his hand, but every time he does, they just get burned. I quite like that. I think that's a good pairing. Let's do study of plants. All right. So what else are we doing? We get some gold, 10 times prosperity, so 4, so we get 60 gold. And we get perk mark, of course. And as long as the level does not exceed half of the current prosperity level, rounded up. So we're currently prosperity 4. So we can start on level 2 with 60 gold. And we have 1 perk plus 2 legacy perks, right? Yeah, 2 legacy perks. So number perks mark equal to the number of characters previously retired. So we get 3 perks. So we might as well start with Dormant Peace then, because this stops our allies from being impacted by our hazardous terrain, which is pretty important for this character. Okay, so 60 gold. We do get to pick a card as well. I think level 2 will take Searing Smoke. This character misses a lot of... often struggles with bottom half abilities, and even though Deep Fury is quite good, I find it sometimes it's quite hard to set up for myself to be on hazardous terrain, because I think often this character likes to place hazardous terrain on top of enemies. Even though Deep Fury is a pretty decent card, attack 4, push 2, 1 EXP plus heal 2 is decent. I'm actually going to take Searing Smoke here, just because longer term I think the move forward jump is going to be more useful for our guy. We can do the cards in a second. Let's spend the gold first. Alright. What do we want here? Let's see. Item. We got a lot of items now. We can also buy stuff from the market, so this is not the be-all and end-all of it. I think we probably want to start with a pair of boots. Having some shoes is really important for this character. We've just picked up jump, so we probably don't want that. Maybe we can take burst boots first. For 25 gold, this is a pretty decent pickup. It is a one use, but for this character, it's particularly useful. Okay, 35 to go. What else do we want? It's always difficult with starting characters, I find. On these small items, we can also brew potions, of course. Waiting Net is not a bad pickup, actually. Just to give us a little bit of... because initially we're going to be quite weak. So maybe like Waiting Net as a starting... gives the team another Immobilize, which is quite nice. Okay, for 15 then, maybe we just pick up Leather Armor. We will be tanking. This will give us a bit of short-term tanking, which would be quite nice. Let's do this, so this is all of our gold spent. Perfect. We don't have a lot of range attacks, but in the beginning we do have a couple, and pairing it with Immobilize just gonna help the team a little bit, because I think initially we're gonna struggle a little bit, to be honest, with Snowdancer gone. Okay. Alright, let's do the rest of the team's crafting and purchase. Don't think there's any level up here. Was there a level up here? There was a level up here. Level 6, great. Let's pick up another perk, I suppose. We still haven't done this thing. Maybe I should try to do that at some point. Let's get rid of... we need more healing now, actually. So let's get rid of a -1 for a healing trap. I think that would be a decent addition to the deck. Okay, level 6 give us some interesting choices. So we got Persistent Pitfall versus Cage of Thorns. Cage of Thorns creates a lot of traps, but I don't find that to be too useful. I think the stun trap is generally more useful. Plus the bottom half of Persistent Pitfalls has a great combo with a Path of Pain. So I think let's do that. Yeah, so Path of Pain allows you to basically push, and Persistent Pitfall means every time you push into a trap, it just keeps going until you push it into a trap that has a value of less than 2. So it's a pretty interesting way of dealing a lot of damage if you can set it up correctly. Okay, so I think we're down the card. We don't get a new small item slot, unfortunately, so that's kind of sad, but that's okay. We can build more stuff now for the individual quest here for traps, so that's good, I suppose. Okay, so leveling up, let's do some crafting. So we can also go to the market, and I think we can collectively buy 2 items. So let's do that. What else do I want to buy here? Circle of Element could be good here. What are we missing here? Helm and small items. I wonder if small items is just worth it buying a stun powder. I think this would be quite nice. I mean, I feel like we probably don't need power potions here. Maybe stun powder is better off on Deathwalker, I wonder. That Raven's not really that good. Lucky Dice could be quite good. Scroll of Healing could also be kind of good. We do need more healing actually. What else do we want here? What about Helm? We're missing a Helm, right? Amulet of Life is not good enough, I feel like. Circular Element could be decent. I don't really want this, of course. Don't care about that. So, okay, maybe I'm just getting a Circular Element for 25. I mean, generating fire is not a bad idea in general. Maybe we can do 20 out of here. Oops. And then maybe 5 out of here. Sponsor this. Stun powder. I think stun to a single attack is quite useful. We do have a couple of range attacks, although it's probably more flexible on someone like Deathwalker, to be honest. Okay, what about potions then before we buy the next item? What can we craft potion-wise? Let's have a think. We probably want to upgrade. For now, we probably want this back because we're going to need more defensive options here. So maybe we can take this off and craft a healing potion. We can maybe upgrade this. Okay, I think that's a good idea. So have we discovered that recipe yet? Oh, it doesn't look like we have, does it? No. Well, let's discover it then. So let's do Arrowine, Rockroot, and Snow Sizzle. Arrowine, Rockroot, Snow Sizzle. There it is, major healing potion. So this allows us to heal for 6. I think that'll be quite good on our big crap here. And then we can probably get rid of this. Let's make a Rockroot out of you, right? Because we're missing that. Let's put it that way. Okay, what else do we want potion-wise? I do want defensive stuff. But maybe I also need a major stam to keep Trapper going for a bit longer. Yeah, I think that's probably worth it. Because Trapper is going to struggle with stamina. So I think that's probably a good idea. So that's what we've discovered, is that right? So that's Arrowine, Snow Sizzle, and Axe Nut, right? Yeah, there it is. So let's do that. You're not here, of course. You're here somewhere. Yeah, let's pick this up because Trapper is gonna need this. Just so Trapper can keep out the pace of the rest of the team. Okay, so then what are we making for you? Any small potions I would like? Element potions, power potions, healing potions, glancing, stone skin, muscle. None of this really makes that much difference, I feel like. Probably just a stunning thing is better. Plus I'm running out of the relevant herbs here. It's kind of annoying. Maybe we can do Axe Nut. Just to get this out of the way. And healthy mixture. And I can distill it for something along this chain, I guess. Can I get something back here? I can get a Rockroot back. I can't get Arrowine back. I can get a Corpse Cap back. Okay. Actually, I was hoping to get Snow Sizzle Arrowine back so I can keep brewing, but Fine. Haven't actually discovered these recipes yet. Oh well, that's life, isn't it? Okay, well, never mind. Alright, let's not make it too complicated. Let's just spend 20 gold. And let's buy stun powder here. Let's move on with our lives. Okay, I think that's all the crafting. I don't think I need anything else. Like, obviously can't craft anything for you because you have no resources. Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. Put you away. Okay. What else? Let's do... I think it's construction next, right? Let's do construction. So we can build a library now, so let's do it. 10 gold. I'm sure we have that. I'll just sponsor out of you, I guess. So we do need to keep looting gold. 10 gold, and then, what, probably 2 and 2. We can discount a wood here. With our carpenter. There it is. Library built. We do get a prosperity, which is great. That's what we want. We don't get any effect though. Alright, 190.3. Let's read it and see what it does. Alright. I do hope we get more prosperity soon, because God knows we need it. Alright, 190.3.
In light of the recent attacks, all available capable labor has been sent to support town infrastructure. You pulled some strings to get a cushy assignment helping out at the new library. Inside, you find crates piled high and an elegant, put-together Valrath stocking the shelves. She adjusts her red-rimmed glasses and eyes you with a touch of scorn.
This is who they sent me. Very well. I am Erika, your resident librarian. I'll be managing the growing collection here, and I trust you will treat these books with the same care you treat...
She looks over your party, then furrows her brow.
whatever it is you choose to treat well.
She points to a stack of crates along the wall.
Shelve those. Follow the Damon Decimal System.
She starts walking toward the back room, and without looking back, waves a finger in the air.
Except gemstones. Put that under orchid.
Alright, so we need educated. Do we have educated? Oh my god. Well, you... Pyroclast definitely. I don't think you will be. Are you educated? No. Oh, wow. Wow, we're actually going to fail the trade test. That doesn't often happen in a 4-player party, actually. Alright, 143.2 it is. That's rare, isn't it? We've actually managed to assemble a party of brute here. Alright, let's see it.
You're not even halfway through sorting the books when Edika returns.
What are you doing?
She grabs a book on vermling psychology out of your hands.
The spines face out so you can read them. And this?
She grabs an object off the shelf, brandishing it angrily inches from your face.
This is a block of wood. This could someday be a book, but it certainly isn't yet. Where did you even find this?
She stops, gathering herself with a deep breath. She straightens her skirt and starts again, more calm.
All right. Master Scrim would want me to spread knowledge, not animosity, so how about we make a deal?
She smiles mischievously.
I teach you about all the library has to offer, and you collect a few, items from the field for me.
She averts her gaze, unsure how to continue.
There are just a few tomes that I'd like you to retrieve.
You look at her blankly and she rolls her eyes.
Books, tomes, or old books.
You nod.
Somewhere out there are books of incredible power. The Tome of Life, the Tome of Conflict, the Tome of the Elements, and the Tome of Time. I want you to collect them for me.
The young Valrath pushes her red-rimmed glasses up the bridge of her nose.
I'm not going to spend my time up here working on some nonsense busy work. As though I should sit around writing the complete history of Frosthaven. This town is just over 5 years old. It'll barely fill a napkin.
It's clear this is an argument she's had in the past, and her hands are balled up in the memory of it. After a moment, she remembers you're standing in front of her. She gives a terse smile, then takes a deep breath before continuing.
My research suggests the Tome of Life is in this region. It's the whole reason I'm up here at all. If you do happen upon it and bring it back to me, I'll make sure you're rewarded. And just for keeping an eye out, I'll provide a world-class education as only a resident librarian can offer. Sound fair?
Very fair indeed. All right. Let's add Winter Road Event 45 to the deck and Summer Road Event 47 to the deck. Sounds good. Very fascinating. All right. 45 goes in here. Let's give it a quick shuffle. And what is it? 47, right? Put you in there. Quick shuffle. Okay. What else? That's it, right? 152.3 to the calendar in 2 weeks. Okay. 2 weeks. Here we are here. There's a lot going on here. 152.3. Sweet. Library's built. Our rat boy is happy. 5 to go. Oops. There we go. Alright. I think that's everything. We're finally done with our Outpost phase and Snowdancer's retired. We have a new character now. And let's find a mission. So I do want the character to level up a little bit before I jump into some of the more difficult missions, especially the ones around here. What would be good for a leveling up mission? Some of these are all quite tricky actually. Lady in White. Maybe we can do Ruin of the Solstice. So this has a weird gimmick where Earth is always activated and our character is Earth's elemental affinity. So maybe that would be quite nice. Yeah, why not? Let's do that, right? 104. Maybe we can find some herbs there too as well for our Pyroclast. Right, if that's the case, let's do a road event. 11. Alright, let's find that here. Yeah, it's nice. It's always nice to roll a new class, but it always takes me a little bit of time to get my head around it. So you're gonna have to excuse me if I'm not playing optimally for the first couple of missions. My goal is just to just to succeed on these missions, really. All right, Lee 11. Let's read it.
It's early morning, and the sun is just cresting over the mountaintop as you head out the main gate. To your surprise, no more than a dozen steps along the road, the fresh snow has been disturbed by an old woman clad in ragged clothes, dancing inside a strange circle of salt on the ground. You turn and look back up to the watchman in the tower. He gives an unconcerned shrug.
I don't know where she came from. Don't know what that ritual's all about either. But she's been stamping and chanting since I came on duty at midnight.
The woman suddenly sees you, a crazed glint passing over her face that boils into a rage.
Bow before the winter gods. Leave before the winter comes, or freeze to death in a white cold.
She screams. Has she been harassing and threatening everyone who walks by? Option A. Try to convince her to stop the ritual and leave. Option B. Get aggressive and do whatever you can to confuse the ritual and force her away.
Well, I'm pretty sure this is a trait check. Hopefully we don't fail the trait check again. We got persuasive. So that could be for option 1. Chaotic, intimidating. I think we probably have this. I remember this is like persuasive or chaotic or something. Maybe try chaotic because we definitely have chaotic. So let's do option B, shall we? Do I have chaotic? Yes, I do have chaotic. Perfect.
It's obvious she won't listen to reason, so you resort to volume. You step toward the salt circle and start yelling nonsense at her whenever she resumes her arcane chant. Baffled, the agitator stops her ritual and hurries away into the cold.
I can just imagine the big crab boy shouting at this poor lady. All right, 1 morale. That's good, I guess. Puts us back to that. We can put you away. All right. Good. Nothing bad happened along the road, which is important really for us. Let's set up ruins of the Solstice 104. Yeah, so the reason I'm picking this is Pyroclast really needs a couple of levels to become effective. Hopefully we can get a couple of perks down as well. Maybe even a mastery here. Maybe we could try for Vermling's mastery. We'll see. We'll see. It's a long scenario. It's not easy per se, but it is more straightforward than some of the other Frosthaven scenarios. So let's put you guys up. So yeah, we got a couple of big demons in here ready to pound on us, and yeah. Okay, 104. Ruins of Solstice, 2 complexities, fine. Scenarios complete, 1 of the gold treasure tile has been looted, so we need to lose something. Every character gains brittle, which I think is you and you. I need to take these off somehow. Rat Boy is ignoring brittle, right? Yes, and Deathwalker as well. Nice. Okay, fine. Let's read it. Let's read the introduction together, and then we'll talk a bit about the scenario before the setup. So this is Ruins of the Solstice. Where am I? 104, right? Why are you not loading? You loading? Yeah, there we go.
You show the key you found to many people within Frosthaven, but none are able to offer any insight into the strange, cracked key. That is, until you stumble upon an ordinary locksmith, who gives you your first clue. The locksmith tells you a story in hushed whispers, a story about a cult known to experiment with forging keys, a cult that fled to the frozen north to avoid others interfering with their work. He doesn't know much, but he describes a mural that the first travelers into the north made note of. It isn't far from here, and the mural may give you a lead as to how to use that key. The mural, as it turns out, is painted on the side of a massive rock wall. The images on the stone depict the traditional symbols of spring and winter. On one side, the bountiful harvest, and on the other, desolation. Where these two warring murals meet stands a cracked outline in the shape of a door. You may have missed it completely, but for the fact it begins to glow as you approach. On cue, the key you have kept close at hand begins to glow as well. First green, then blue. The door swings open. Perhaps there are answers waiting on the other side of this door.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Okay. So let's see the gimmick of this scenario. Special rules. All hexes to the left of any A are considered to be in spring, while all those to the right are considered to be in winter. Each door and A is in neither season. So we need to do a little bit of drawing here, I think, to make sure we know what's going on. What the hell? Can I draw these in red somehow? What? I just mean. Oh, there we go. Nope. Apparently not. Nope. Why are you doing this? I just want to draw you guys in red color. Why is it not working? Can we draw over here? Nope. Oh, I need to apply it, don't I? There we go. Alright, let's draw. Sorry, I'm being dumb there. Let's draw it like this, so that we know these bits are not in season. Everything else is. I guess I can just draw it all the way, because it's going to be like this all the way. So that at no point would I be confused about where everything is supposed to be. Yeah, it's a bit tedious. But I think rather this than I miss something accidentally while I'm playing. Okay, so looks ridiculous. Right, and then all figures in the spring is considered to be in Earth to be always strong. So let's put a little sticker here maybe. And the winter here. Well, I'm not going to see that, but oh well. So winter to consider ice to be strong. If some monsters of a set are within one season, but the others are not, only those in the corresponding seasons benefit from the elemental effect at the end of each round. If Earth Demon or Forest Imp are in winter, or Frost Demon or Savas Ice Storm are in spring, suffers 1. So basically, these guys have Earth, these guys have Ice. If they cross over, they take a damage at the end of the round. End of the round, right? No, end of the turn. End of each round, yeah. Okay, fine. So it's, I mean, 1 damage is not nothing, but 42 HP, it doesn't really do enough to. It's not a reliable way to kill these guys. Okay, we do start in very close proximity with a bit of a difficult terrain here, so that's something to consider. In terms of enemies, the demon's not too scary. The imps are really annoying, but the ice storm is really annoying because they have to potentially summon forest demons or wind demons. So we're gonna have to get a little bit lucky in the second room. I hope they don't summon too many. We do have a snow sizzle to pick up here, axe nut, so maybe we can get some of these things collected for our Pyroclast. Anyway, let's see the starting cards. Daredevil, don't want to do that. Layabout, that's probably likely, to be honest. We don't get too many EXPs, so let's try this. Maybe I can put it here. Maybe 2 on this side, 2 on that side, maybe. So let's try to get 7 or less, because there's not many cards that generate EXP for us, actually. So that's fine. What about cards? Well, I think we're going to play into our ability to generate obstacles. So let's grab Flowing Fire. Top half is very good. Lava Bomb is great. Obviously, level 2 card we'll pick up here. Igneous Pass is great for setting up too. Liquid Stone is just a fantastic push card. Force of the Earth, not a lot of damage, but the pulling action is great. Cooling is great. We got 10 cards, right? Yes, 10. What else do we want here? Maybe Melted Armor, just so there's something to do on the bottom half potentially. Maybe Quench Rage is good enough for the push for now. I could pick up Wildfire. It is a move 4, but we do have a move 4 here, so maybe I want Eruption. The bottom attack is not bad, but at this level I don't really want to be too close to the enemies yet. Oh, Wildfire, is Wildfire really that good? Destroy adjacent hazardous terrain and apply wound and stuff. Alright, let's take you. I think this is fine, right? Okay. Let's try that setup. Over here, sort out some cards. So, do we need to do? Yes, we do need to do more perks. Die Hard, that's interesting. I don't think we'll ever short rest, so I think we'll just take Straggler here. I think that's easy enough for us to do. Okay, Straggler is fine. I think we'll get that done, so that'll pick up a final perk for us, which is quite good. We do want this healing actually, now that Snowdancer is gone. So, given that we need a bit of healing on our side, what do we really want here? Probably not Rancid Brine. Shock is good because we're fighting shielded enemies. I think we actually want to take some healing if possible. Probably want Chaotic Refraction, given there's a lot of melee enemies here. And that's kind of healing, right? Damage mitigation. Okay, I think everything else is fine here. We'll go with this setup. This is good. We take the healing potion. Yeah, fine. Let's set up like this. Okay, over here for the Trapper. Egoist, Bully. Oh, we're definitely not doing Assassin. Kill enemy has 2 more negative cons. It is possible. Collect more loot. I think that's definitely possible. Let's do this. I think we can just designate our rat boy to be collecting loot. This scenario. Okay. I think this setup's fine. We do want more defensive setup. Attractive Brace is quite good for pulling out the Savas Ice Storms. So we probably want invisibility, and we can maybe pull the Savas Ice Storm out. Maybe don't want Exploding Decoy. Probably on Persistent Pitfall. We don't think I need Spring Loaded. I think we need more healing with Honeypot. Am I trying for my goal here? I think that's probably too ambitious, to be honest. Yeah, I think that feels a bit ambitious, to be honest. If that's the case, do I even want Proficient Hunter in this play? I mean, for Proficient Hunter, it's just a fantastic card. But if I'm not going for the Mastery here, maybe I should take something else. Maybe this is okay. Maybe this is okay. Proficient Hunter and Furry Facade gets me really far into the room, and I can always deploy this if I wanted to. Yeah, let's do it this way. Okay, setup's fine. And then here, what have we not done here? I think we're doing every single. We've done Peacemonger, so we don't want to do this. Accountant or Assistant? I'm pretty sure we've done Assistant. Yep. Have we done Accountant? We have not done Accountant. 0 in my hand each time I rest. Well, good luck. We'll try, but it's not going to be a priority of mine. Okay. Alright, cards. Do I want to take healing into this mission? I could sack Vengeful Storm for a bit of healing action. I mean, Resonant Shade is not the greatest healing in the world, but it is a little bit of healing. Would I rather just do an attack though? What else we got? I've built my character really around having Snowdancer in the team, haven't I? Kind of paying for it now. Vengeful Storm, I think it's probably better to keep Vengeful Storm. I mean, the first room is a bit dangerous, but I think we can get away with it, to be honest. Do I want Initiative Boots here? Maybe. I just really love Crew Boots, but... I think we're fine here. I think we're all good here, right? Because these guys are not going to beat us on initiative, so I don't really care about these guys. So, yeah, let's keep the Crew Boots. Okay, I think this is fine. Let's not think too much about it. All right. Okay, yeah, we need challenges as well. Healthy Vigor, Keep Watch. Wait, why do I feel like I've drawn one of these already? Am I going crazy? Am I? 1 second. Why do I feel like I've drawn one of these already? Maybe I didn't do the deck thing properly. Let me have a look. 1 second. Good thing I record my YouTube videos, right? So I can always go back and check. Yeah, I did definitely draw Healthy Vigor already. So let's put you away. Let's draw a new one. Okay, Optimism or Keep Watch. Whenever you reveal a negative or miss, treat it as a +0. Ouch. I don't like that at all. Keep Watch. Whenever you perform attack targeting enemy has not yet acted. Gain disadvantage on the attack. Whenever you perform attack, targeting enemy is already active. Oh gosh. I mean that's fine against that's not fine against these guys, right? Because I'm gonna have to go after the Earth Demon really. I think going after the enemies consistently is just a terrible idea. Okay, let's not do any of these because I don't really want to lose my first scenario yet. That would be very bad. Let's just play a vanilla scenario with some characters and get them leveled up. Because even though I've just rolled a new character, I'm still on scenario level 7, which is kind of crazy because it's +3, right? So I need to get you leveled up a bit more before I take on some more crazy challenges. Okay, anyway. It is what it is. So let's think about positioning. We're very narrow here. So probably the first thing I want to do is just get Pyroclast to set up here, right? So probably I can do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could do that, but probably want to cover all of these areas up actually. So maybe we start here. There is a chance they do their range attack, which will be really bad, but if that's the case, so be it. So I guess Deathwalker can go here. Probably Crashing Tide want to be here. Even though Crashing Tide is not great at fighting retaliating enemies, we just want these guys to take their long way around, because we can't set up that same strategy here because of this tile here. I guess then Trapper can go here. And the Trapper can probably just go invisible here. Maybe if that's the case, I want to be here. What does that look like? If I go here, I'm only having these two spaces available for attacking. So it's probably better to be in this position. Okay, and then we get always be prepared. Start with a, let's set the camera here. Start with a 2 damage trap. So that can probably go here. How do I take off the brittle? So probably do a regen thing here, and then maybe a healing thing here. Then Pyroclast can step into it and reoccupy maybe this position. Is there a way we do it like this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't really work. Because then this guy be able to reach. Yeah, so probably it's better this way. And we get immobilized in this tile here. Okay, I think that's a fine setup. We're not doing any challenges, but I'll be happy if I can just get a couple of these things done. Masteries, I think it's going to be difficult to do this in this mission, because this requires me to destroy or create at least one obstacle each round, which means I can't rest yet. I can't long rest yet because we don't really have this perk. 6 different hazardous terrains with enemies. I think that could be difficult too. So probably not doing any masteries just yet. Tricky for this one really. I think we need a lot of damage to get through this mission. So let's just focus on doing the mission, getting some EXPs, getting some loot, and doing some of these battle goals. Okay, we'll save there. And as usual, we'll move on to the battle portion of the gameplay in the next video. See you soon. Goodbye.